Okay, welcome to the Town of Deerfield Selectboard Board of Health and Sewer Commissioners meeting for July 23rd, 2025 at 6 p.m. This is a hybrid meeting on Zoom and in the main meeting room at 8 Conway Street, South Deerfield, Mass. This meeting will be held in a hybrid fashion with the opportunity for both in-person attendance and remote participation. Please note that while an option for remote attendance or participation is being provided as a courtesy to the public, the meeting terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with particular interest in any specific item on this agenda should make plans for an in-person versus virtual attendance accordingly. The meeting will be held in the main meeting room of the Deerfield Municipal Offices in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 30A. Anyone attending to record the meeting must identify themselves to the clerk and provide their name and address for the record. So I'll call the meeting to order. We have public comment for any members of the public that would like to talk about anything on the agenda or off the agenda. Can do that. We have hearings and appearances after. But if there's any public in attendance today? I can't tell who's online. Do we have anybody here? One participant.
That's us.
That's us. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. All right. So we'll move on to hearings and appearances. First we have Jeff Tenowitz. Is that perfect? Yeah, from Hoosac Stillwater Road, cut through public right-of-way access across parcel 92-3.1. You had some comments you wanted to talk to the select board about, so come on up, have a seat. Yes, just speak into the mic. Just let us know who you are, and I just named you.
Yep. Hi, I'm Jeff Tenowitz from 14 Hoosac Road.
Welcome.
I would like to start by saying I'm not here to start a fight or become a problem with the town. That's not my... I currently reside on Hoosac Road. I own an additional 3 acres across the street, Lot A or parcel 92-7, which is what brings me here today. Since owning this property November 8th of 2018, I've cleared a lot of overgrowth by the right-of-way and kept it maintained the best I can. Every year, the right-of-way continues to get wider and wider. It gets tore up from the snowplows pushing piles of snow far into it. The field, it got damaged from construction on the bridge up the road when it became a storage for drainage culverts and construction vehicles, with not even a knock on the door for permission. I'm looking to close the right-of-way cutting through my field from Stillwater to Hoosac Road, as there is no need for it, given the entrance to Hoosac Road is approximately 500 feet up the road. Closing this right-of-way does not prevent anyone from accessing their property. This right-of-way, going back in records, would have been a horse and carriage path, maybe Model A's, with access to a spring. All records pertaining to spring rights and rights-of-way are I think it's time to figure out a solution of the right-of-way, either close it or maybe purchase of the road by the town. Nothing in records gives the town permission to grade the right-of-way. Those didn't exist at the time of these negotiations. I've had a few offers for a very good price on an acre or more, but this right-of-way has been a deal breaker. My other concerns, if something should happen, like a car accident or into a tree or down in a ditch due to a road issue, nothing on record releases me from any liability or a lawsuit. Closing this right-of-way would be saving valuable taxpayer money that could be better used elsewhere. When the road is full of holes, my field becomes the new road, causing further property damages. I feel as if I'm being taxed on a value of land with no road crossing it, and it has almost doubled since 2018. I'm a frustrated tax-paying owner who feels taken advantage of the right-of-way and how it may make my neighbors feel closing it. When the road is full of potholes or large puddles, no one cares about the property and cuts through the field, causing further damages at my expense. In closing, as I mentioned, my goal here is to sell off some of this parcel that has become a headache with nonstop maintenance, and I'm hoping that we could figure something out that we all can agree on, and I appreciate all of your time.
Thank you for your comments. Do you, just a couple of questions for my knowledge. This is the if you were coming north on Stillwater and you would take that right, that dirt road right, that then
Right.
comes up onto Hoosac Road
Right, and then there's
eventually.
a field on your left.
There's a field on, before the turn, there's a field on the left, right, where the high tensions go through?
Right,
Okay, and is that your property to the field?
right, and that's what's getting me.
You
It
keep
separates
getting
the-
more and
the
more.
properties, and
Can you run your cursor over all?
It was-
Oh,
Yeah,
you
sure.
set this up, okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
Trevor,
Great.
so if you take a look, it's
so
basically
I got
this,
some maps.
yeah, it's this thing right here. So that's the
Yeah.
right of way,
That comes on to Stillwater, right?
correct?
Yeah,
And Jeff's property here is the one that's kind of divided in two up here by that right of way.
I see.
And
Yeah,
I think-
remember talking to Kevin
Yeah.
about this a couple years ago, because there's a culvert, I think, that goes from one side to the other as well.
Right,
Correct.
And then I think you were concerned about flooding at one point, right? How long have
That
you
was
been
the
there?
neighbor, that's the abutting landowner where the other portion crosses
So
through his.
where's your home?
I'm 14. The larger section of the field is across from my house.
Oh, so you're on Hoosac Road,
Right,
I see. And then you own this bottom spot there too, and then the other resident owns the one just south of that, right below, bottom
right.
of
So
that.
like half that cut through
Yeah,
is through my property, and then my one other neighbor, the other half cuts through his.
yeah. And what are they doing when they do, on your property, when they drive through that area to get to Hoosac Road? What's happening to your property here?
That's since doubled since I moved in width.
In width?
Right.
The whole road, or just in that
that cut
portion
through.
of, that cut through?
And
Okay.
right when you're coming into Hoosick and you're banging a left, if that gets full of holes, everyone takes a right onto the grass, their full car, and drives down to get onto that cut-through road.
Can you just cursor up? You mean, I see that little the little Y there, a little common kind of thing in the middle.
Right. And that used to be huge, and now it's tiny.
Okay,
It's become the traffic circle.
yeah.
So,
So I'm kind of getting frustrated.
when you say people are driving their,
See the property line to the left of the cursor?
Yeah.
right,
If there's holes in the road right there, they cut it through the grass.
so they go,
They bypass it. So I can't even fence my field in because this right-of-way. I'd like to,
Yeah. So that right-of-way's been there a super long time, right?
right.
Couple
I
hundred
got
years.
stuff, it was like there was a spring, a deed to a spring right. And
Between Hoosac and that?
it's, if you look at the map,
It's
there, it looks
Stillwater.
like there was a spring somewhere in the middle there in the woods.
Okay.
And every once in a while, there's water, but
Yeah.
not really anymore. But like I said, I've wanted to maybe even sell an acre, acre and a half right there. And, that road seems to be the deal
And you wanted
breaker.
to sell what, this, out of the three, where I see 3.1?
From like the high tension lines beyond that road, like an acre and a half.
Just help me a little bit. So,
Yeah, so it's the parcel outlined in yellow there.
yeah,
Yep.
and you want to sell to the left of the road or to the right of the road?
It would be, I guess, below from my angle.
Yeah,
You're
below, this
right.
where the
Yes.
cursor is, that,
Yep.
and for like a house lot or something?
Yeah, it was never my goal. I bought this land to not have a bunch of development.
Yeah, but we need
But I
housing.
feel like we could put one house there. I've had
Yeah.
a friend and someone else looking, and
It's always good to have another house in town.
the way that would sit right there wouldn't be in everybody's face.
Yeah,
so there's, it looks like there's a stream that runs through the property.
yeah,
Is that correct?
On the
Yeah.
backside, it's like a
that blue one there it's shown.
Right in the
Yeah.
middle, sort of, and it runs
like a
down.
week or two out of the year, there might be some water in it.
Yeah, it's irrelevant how
Yeah.
much time there's water in it. It's an EPA wetlands issue.
Right.
So whether it's developable or not is a question.
Correct.
Yeah. And that's- Yeah,
And there's frontage on both of those that meet the 200-foot requirement.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could likely split up those parcels in a way that they would meet the frontage requirements and the acreage requirements.
On both sides.
Because it would be a Hoosick Road frontage. So it's 200 feet, a
Yeah,
lot on Hoosick Road. So there's plenty.
yeah.
And what is that, what is the right-of-way labeled?
Hoosick Road.
It depends on the year you read the map.
Yeah, so there are plans of land and deeds that make reference to the right-of-way, and they don't refer to it necessarily as any specific road. Some of them call it Hoosick Road, but it's been there, and I would assume it was created just because obviously Hoosick Road and Stillwater meet at kind of an awkward angle.
It is an odd way to turn right if you're coming off of that. That's why everybody generally goes right or comes from Stillwater, because you're kind of down a hill and you don't have great visibility to turn right off of that road. I'm sure that's why it was done a long time ago.
The only thing I can find was from the 1800s, and it was a deed to a spring right on that extension.
Yeah, again, we don't know exactly why the right-of-way is there, but
Yeah.
just based on the position of the creek and that the intersections of those roads, that may have been, the solution. So.
Right.
And is this in the non-paved portion?
It is.
Right, yeah, this is all dirt.
It's a dirt
Because,
road.
yeah, I mean, my experience during 2023 when I was out there was that there's a lot of wet property out there.
Yeah.
That,
And probably, some of it's not really a good development. This may be not the case in your area, in
I
your
was gonna say,
property.
that perked fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one on to the left.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, I don't know what we need to do. What's the,
Well, so I'll just say, when Jeff first came forward, we given that it is a road, it's sort of his jurisdiction. We talked about it, and I guarantee all the neighbors are going to come out of the woodwork if you close that right away.
For sure.
Because it's well used.
Yeah.
I think with respect to the issue he's raising about people widening it and going around onto his
We can
property,
address
we
that.
could certainly provide some Jersey barriers or something, to make sure that stops happening, because people don't need to be driving onto your property beyond the right of way.
They need to maintain it well.
But I think closure of it at least would take a good deal of consideration before you would want to do that.
For me, it's the safety part of it on the other, kind of trying to get.
I don't want to be rude, but there's
You don't have
was
to be- don't worry.
150 years to
Yeah.
fix that intersection, to make improvements on the end of Hoosick Road.
What's that again?
Said this is going back 150-year
Yeah.
agreement. In that time frame, there's plenty of time to make improvements to the actual Hoosick Road entrance.
Yeah, I just think,
And don't get me wrong, because it's
Easy
going
way
to
to
put
go.
more traffic by my house. I have a 40-foot trailer.
yeah,
So I understand the inconveniences of closing this.
yeah, it's not light.
But at the same time, it's deeming my property invaluable.
So I would just point out that if if say the town were to want to move, Stillwater or Hoosick to make that intersection easier, you're just taking property from somebody else. So
Correct.
it is just, somebody's going to have to provide that land. That's just the reality.
Right.
But has anyone ever checked to see where the pin is on that Hoosick Road in reference to the town property and the house right there?
What's
Because
that
there
again?
is a triangle that's dirt there that people drive on. Is that town-owned?
You mean the further
At
north
the
one?
actual entrance of Hoosick Road?
Oh, up here.
Up above?
Yeah,
Yeah,
There's likely a survey out there,
right.
but,
but ultimately it just falls down on me. On the
Well,
no, I mean-
SOL.
I think it's been a right of way, so that's why it's
yeah.
been there forever. So it's not
Right.
Right.
On you per se, but it's just been the way the road has been. Well, I guess we take it under consideration. I mean, I wouldn't want to give you an answer now, obviously, but
Right,
But
yeah,
I hear
just
your concerns, and
don't know
I
where this
appreciate it.
Goes
Yeah, and-
from here.
yeah, and obviously, I'm not an expert about roads, but that's why I would defer to the DPW about, what is best for the town.
I mean, if I can't ever close it,
Right.
Well, if you've got a lot that's saleable next to the road,
that gives you a better backyard, front yard, the way you could set a lot right there. It's a deeper piece of field there.
Mm-hmm.
sure. Yep. How big is that parcel, roughly?
It's
3 acres?
3 acres, yep.
So there's
This is
like
probably like an acre or so.
acre and a quarter in the
In that
in
bottom.
that lower,
Yeah.
which is a good-sized lot.
Mm-hmm.
But no one wants cars driving through their backyard.
What's that?
But no one wants to build a house with cars driving through their backyard.
Yeah, I guess, if you live near a road, you're going to have cars go by, and even if it's a right-of-way, you're saying it's basically used like a road.
It is. It has been used like a
Right.
road for a very long
Which I
time.
don't understand why we couldn't close this. Or
Yeah.
if the town doesn't want to close it, maybe they buy it. Like,
You mean by
I'm-
the lot?
I'm paying, no, the road. Like, I'm paying all these taxes and I'm
the-
maintaining everything right there.
Uh-huh.
But I can't sell it or anything because no one wants it with a road.
Yeah. All right, well,
I mean, I
I
would be
appreciate
up
your
for that.
comments, and I think we would take it under advisement and see what we could kind of talk about. We extend the conversation. I wouldn't give you an answer, yes or no, right now, but I think
Right,
it's worth,
and maybe a
worth
meeting.
listening to you. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'd have to do a little research on our end. If you leave us your information, your testimony, that would be helpful, and we could, kind of talk about this a
right.
little
Yeah, I
further.
mean, and I left all those records.
Oh, you did?
have
Okay,
all
great.
those, Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got copies of
Okay.
everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this parcel is too small to get into Chapter 61 or any of that.
Yeah, it would need to be 5 acres, I think.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Okay, I understand, the tax issue then.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
it does.
Right, and
Yeah,
it's,
we hear you.
there's a lot going on my corner of the road there, leaving out, but
Yeah,
this is my frustration.
Mm.
gotcha. Okay.
But,
Well, I appreciate the comments, and we'll definitely, wouldn't ignore it, want to think about it, and
right, if there's a
Have
way
another
to
meeting, another
have
talk.
like a conversation and,
for sure.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be the end of it, so we'll figure out what we
Do
can
you
do.
want these?
What's
Do you
that?
want my thing?
If you want to, we can make a copy of them, just to have on record. That'd be
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you took the time to
Just
write it,
chicken
it's important to
scratch.
have. That's
Yeah.
fine, it's fine, no worries. No
I
worries.
appreciate your time, though. Thank
We
you.
appreciate
Yeah.
your comments, so thank you. Yep. Okay, moving on, we've got Select Board reports and announcements to, you want me to hit on a couple? I was going to hit on one, and then, welcome Blake, how are you doing? See if you have any comments too in a bit. You're on mute at the moment, but I'm just going to read, Sue Antonellis from the Rec Department wanted me to read a couple of things into the record and just notify people of the summer concerts that are going on. July 25th, which I think is Friday, Foolish You is going to be here. And then August 1st is Afterglow. I know she's been excited about them. She's been trying to get them for years. So these two concerts are from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then August 15th is a rain makeup date for TJ and the Peepers. That's from 6 o'clock till 7:30 p.m. Then August 30th is Chicken and Wire. That's at 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. All concerts are on the Memorial Field behind the Town Hall here. And then there's also Intro to Field Hockey for girls in grades 1 through 4 from the Union 38 School District. This will take place at Frontier on Wednesdays, August 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m., and it is free. So if you'd love to have your girls come out and play some field hockey and learn how to play, that'd be a great thing to do. There's also a field hockey clinic that will take place at Frontier for Union 38 girls in grades 3 through 6. The clinic dates are August 18th and 19th from 9 a.m. to noon, and August 20th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. The cost is $45 for those clinics. And then there's field hockey tryouts. They will be August 21st and 22nd from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Frontier. The team season fee is $120. There's loaner sticks and shin guards are available. Please contact Sue by August 5th. Registration forms for field hockey are available by emailing the Recreation Department, at recdept@town.deerfield.ma.us. And then there's also soccer registration on Thursday, August 28th from 5 to 6 p.m. at the Deerfield Town Hall here. And we're also doing Pilates. It's held on Tuesday nights at Deerfield Elementary School from September 9th through October 28th, and the cost is $72 for residents. You must pre-register for the class. I think there's probably limited space, but please pre-register. Registration forms are also online at www.deerfieldma.us. So good stuff, and thank you, Sue, for all the things you are doing for recreation. Let's see, I'll just maybe hit on last night. We're had a meeting at the South County Senior Center Board of Oversight, kind of still working on plans to evaluate 112 Amherst Road as a possibility for the senior center. Still a lot of work to be done, a lot of discussions and all, but we're still kind of moving forward with that evaluation, and so we'll have some more updates on that when we have some info. Trying to think if there's anything you want to hit on, Tim. Any updates or tick? There is West Nile that has been noticed or found in the Greenfield area. I don't think we have seen it here, but I did see a notice that was posted about West Nile in obviously mosquitoes in the Greenfield area. So if it's there, it's not very big stretch to think it's here. So at dusk and dawn, really, if you're out walking or out with the kids or out doing a field hockey or a concert, just make sure to put on some protection, and long sleeves are really good. The evenings are the worst times for the mosquitoes. So just protect yourself. Also, ticks have been really brutal this year. A lot of kind of anecdote stories about people getting bit and not feeling well. So please protect yourself there as well. Do you have anything you want to hit on, Tim?
No, I mean, the just to follow up on the mosquitoes, our John Briggs from the mosquito district hadn't reported any findings from the previous week, but I saw the same post on Facebook about West Nile. Tripoli, as far as I know, there hasn't been anything in this part of the state. So just vigilance is important. Yep.
Yeah. Anything, Blake?
Yeah, I think with the tick part of it as well, it's probably if we get everybody some diligence as far as checking themselves, especially when we got a lot of people that are up in the woods that are hiking and the rest of it, that if we can get the word out to them to make sure that they check themselves when they come out.
Yeah, and if you do have a tick, please send it in for testing. UMass does the testing. We can credit some money towards that, but it really helps us understand the disease load, how many are here. We do have some money to offset some of that cost to do that. It works out not that expensive to do, and it gives you peace of mind to know what the tick was carrying. If you have any concerns, should you visit the doctor and all. But it really gives us that data that we need year to year and through the season to know what kind of disease loads, what they're carrying, and how much of it. So super important to do, and just want to remind people that we can help with that. So, and we very much appreciate you doing it. So,
and it's definitely much better to catch if you have the tick, to have it tested, find out if it's got babesiosis or Lyme or whatever, because it's a lot easier to be proactive than it is to a year and a half into the disease, which can be difficult for doctors to diagnose, because even though it's pretty common, a good friend has just after 2 years been diagnosed. So definitely
pay attention.
Yes.
Yeah. Sounds good. I don't know if you talked to Ned at all. I didn't have any updates from him. I know he was out for a little bit. So
yeah, no updates at the moment.
Okay,
no.
Good.
Yeah.
No news is good news. Let's see. We have a 19 more minutes to do. Not 19 more minutes of the meeting, but we have 19 sets of minutes. So I could make a motion if you'd like.
Please do.
All right, so I'll make a motion to approve Select Board minutes for June 25th, 2025, June 11th, 2025, May 28th, 2025, May 14th, 2025, May 7th, 2025, June 30th, 2023, which is a joint SCEMS Boo meeting, July 28th, 2021, July 14th, I'm saying 2021 because that says 2028, and I know that's not possible yet. June 16th, 2021, 8/26, 2020, June 23rd, 2020, June 17th, 2020, May 20th, 2020, May 19th, 2020, April 22nd, 2020, March 22nd, 2020, which was a emergency management group meeting. This is all the COVID time. March 16th, 2020, also emergency management group. Then March 11th, 2020, and March 10th, 2020. So motion, second. Thank you. Any further discussion other than the trauma that brings back? Nope. I read them all, and all those in favor?
Blake Gilmore, aye.
Tim Hilchey, aye.
Trevor McDaniel, aye. Thank you. So that, and thank you all for the minutes, Alex, and whoever's working on those. Really appreciate. We're really getting caught up. So, discussion items. We need to execute the grant agreement with USDA Rural Development for the amount of $4 million for the 1888 building project. And I have a motion to read here, and then we can. So, resolution, right? Is that what I'm reading? Resolution?
Correct. So,
And then a motion?
yeah, just a real quick background. So obviously back in May, this body voted to give me authority to sign most of these documents. That was when we had a draft grant agreement. Now we have the final grant agreement, and USDA clarified, well, we actually need a resolution. So,
Okay.
So if you read that into the record, I'll have Cassie attest, and we'll sign
Perfect.
tomorrow for it.
Wonderful. So be it resolved by the Select Board that the town of Deerfield agrees to apply for financial grant assistance with the United States Department of Agricultural Rural Development to fund the 1888 building project. Be it further resolved that the Select Board of the town of Deerfield authorizes the town administrator and town clerk to sign all documents related to the USDA Rural Development Grant and application/obligation. So do we have a second on the resolution?
Second.
All those in favor?
Tim Hilchey, aye.
You're still.
Oh, hang
there
on.
you go.
I was muted, sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Blake Gilmore, aye.
Thank you, Blake. Trevor McDaniel, aye. And then, then the next item is to execute the construction contract with WJ Mountford, Inc. in the amount of $5,933,000 for the 1888 building project. And I have a motion here. I move the Select Board execute the construction contract with WJ Mountford, Inc. in the amount of $5,933,000. Issue a notice to proceed and authorize the town administrator to sign the aforesaid contract.
Second.
I have a second. Any further discussion? Do you want to
Yeah,
touch base on that at all?
I can just give you a little
Yeah.
context here. So, the contract itself is an American Institute of Architects standard contract. Both rural development and the town had supplemental conditions to that contract, which are included mostly just for additional protections, and in RD's case, federal law compliance, et cetera. There are a number of certifications in there having to do with Buy America, Build America, or Build America, Buy America. And so the architect, manufacturer, GC, they'll all have to sign those. And then lastly, I would just note, we are still talking to the GC about one of the supplemental conditions. It's essentially just a piece clarifying that the project is subject to appropriation or availability of funds, which is
Right.
standard
Yep.
Mass General Law. And I think we just are maybe talking past each other a little bit on it. So we're going to
Okay.
try to get that resolved, but that's the only outstanding issue at this point. And I know, speaking to the contractor, they're ready to go and they're very excited about the project.
Great.
As are we.
Yes. Okay.
Motion second.
Yeah, motion second. All those in favor?
Blake Gilmore, aye.
Tim Hilchey, aye.
Trevor McDaniel, aye. Thank you for all your work kind of getting this through. I know it's a lot of paperwork, I's and T's. So those are the two items there. We also have several sewer abatement applications. I have gone through most of those, and we'll sign these documents after the meeting for the others, so just to keep it rolling here. So for 23 Crestview Drive, this is an entity that had a couple of toilets that were leaking silently and very consistently. We have seen the plumber's repair bill and looked at the amount of water usage, which was double, like way double than it normally was. So I had reviewed that and make a recommendation for an abatement of $2,530. That brings their usage back into line as to what it has normally been, and I think it's actually a little high still, but, you know, we still have to, and I'll say this with all of these, regardless of the abatement and mistake that's happened or leak, the town still has to treat all of that water. So it's not like we can, abate everything. We want to, be fair, and when we abate one, it's, everybody still pays the bill. It's not like the bill gets cheaper. So we still have to do the work. We have still done the work, so of treating it. So just to kind of clarify that as long as people show like there is an error and they have fixed it, and we can go back and look at kind of the cost of what people, the normal flow of things that have normally done, then we can usually abate it, to be fair.
Yeah, and the original amount was $5,007.74. So
Correct.
This is an abatement of about 40%.
Yes.
Which
'Cause
seems reasonable.
normally their usage is is lower in the winter months, obviously, and this one was just ballooned up to 211,000 gallons of usage, which is not anywhere near what they normally have. So it's obvious they had a leak and they fixed it. So again, I'll make a motion for an abatement for bill number 11351 for calendar year 2025. For $2,530. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Blake Gilmore, aye.
Tim Hilchey, aye.
Trevor McDaniel, aye. Leave that there for you to sign. Let's see, we have a new one that wasn't on the agenda, but some of the abatements that come through, just for the public to understand, are errors that have happened at the water department, like the wrong meter on there, or they had a leak or something. So they have the water department has discussed with Sarah in the office about what has happened, and they've come up with the correct amount that should be billed. That's the case with 62 Sugarloaf Street. There was a burst pipe. They evaluated the average flow. They are this abatement is in the amount of $348.77, bringing the bill back down to where it normally is. And we've looked at their history, and it's very, very in line with what they would normally have. So I would make a motion to issue an abatement for bill number 9160 in the amount of $348.77.
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Blake Gilmore, aye.
Tim Hilchey, aye.
Trevor McDaniel, aye. So there for you too. There's there. Let's see. Then another one here that I think I did the math on as well. Just move this here a second. So this is for address of 151 North Main Street in South Deerfield. There was also a problem. They had 4 leaks. The tenant hadn't reported it. They have figured it out and repaired it immediately. We have the copy of the bill from the plumber, so all of that has been done. And again, we evaluate. What I did was took an average of the last 3 years for their normal usage, and so that worked out to an abatement of $485.30. The find this here. Fill this out as well. The assessed amount originally was $1,497.80. 80, and then the abatement amount, which I had here, was $485.30. So I'll make a motion to approve an abatement of bill number 2110 for calendar year 2025, abatement of $485.30. I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussions? All those in favor?
Blake Gilmore, aye.
Tim Hilchey, aye.
Trevor McDaniel, aye. Keep all my math on that. That one there for you too. So this this bill number 7550 had talked about a leak, and they had requested an abatement. I cannot, I don't see where there is a difference in usage over the last several years. There is 1 year in 2023, which I'd have to go back and look and see if we've abated this. We can, I'm not recommending we take action on this one at the moment. Do you have some more information?
Yeah, I think, and I may have put some of this in the email, which was that I did speak with the owner.
This is 6 Elm Street.
Yeah, this is the one where you see almost a doubling of the usage from 22 to 23. Is that correct?
Correct.
Right.
And we can't abate that.
No, they're not. I did ask if they sought any abatements between then and now, and they said no. That they
Okay.
had tried to contact the water district. They
Yeah.
asked them to come.
This might be a different one, actually. That might be 42 Thayer. This is 6 Elm.
Oh, right. all
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I don't have it in front of me.
No,
Okay.
Yeah,
right,
this is
okay.
a different one. Because you look at, back in
Right. Let me.
winter of 2023, the usage was 321,000 gallons. And then I think they may have
okay.
either asked for an abatement back then or not. We could research that. But last year's May was back down to normal, which was 134,000 gallons. This year, it's a little less, 131,000 gallons. So I don't see where, there's a leak that needed to be fixed. It seems like they fixed it back in 2023. And since then, the numbers are right on the money and actually a little low. Like last summer's usage was only 83,000 gallons. The winter is higher, which, again, it's in line with the others. So I just don't see a justification for an abatement.
Yeah, why don't we?
We can take
yeah,
no
let's
action
let's
on
let's
this,
table it
do a
and
little more
let me reach
research.
out to him.
Thank you.
Yeah, my apologies. There were so many that came in that
There were a
I'm
lot.
thinking of the 42 Thayer. So
Yeah,
my
that's
apologies
fine.
for that.
Yep. So we won't take action on that one right now. Then John and Helene Cunningham, 1 Grammacki Ave, they also had an issue where the water department had an error, and they had the wrong combination of meter and reader, resulting in an incorrect total. So the water department had requested us to abate it, and Sarah had done the math. So I'll make a motion for calendar year 2025-2, bill number 14507. The assessed amount is $1,425.60. The abatement is $973.29. We have a
Second.
thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Blake Gilmore, aye.
Tim Hilchey, aye.
Trevor McDaniel, aye. Let's see, this one here. And then a second one, the same issue, they had, meter was malfunctioning, again, requested by the water department, and Sarah had gone through and done the calculations. So I'll make a motion to approve, this is for 25 King Philip Ave. I'll make a motion to approve an abatement for the year 2025-2, bill number 6775. The assessed amount is $1,278.01. The abatement is $327.61. Need a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Blake Gilmore, aye.
Tim Hilchey, aye.
Trevor McDaniel, aye. This one here is 42 Thayer Street. So, again, the numbers are in line for the last 3 years, but I know that maybe there's some other conversation to take place.
Yeah, this is the one where when the water district had to address something at the neighbor's house, all of a sudden this property saw a spike of almost doubling from 22 to 23, somewhere in there. It goes from like 20,000 gallons up to
42.
Yeah, and so
But that was, so just to say, so there was a summer reading, which was 20, then a winter reading, which was 42, which is a little backwards.
right.
Then your summer reading again went down to 31. Your winter reading was at 43, then summer 32, winter 47. So they're a little backwards, but they're in line. So unless something's changed there, and they need to have a discussion with the water department. It sounds
Which
like
is
they're trying.
where this is at. So you don't
Okay.
have to take action on it at
We'll
this
hold
point.
until you get
But I
more
do
data.
want to say that I suggested they reach back out to the water district because they didn't get any response in the last 2 years. They sort of took it upon themselves to try to save by
shows
not
that
watering,
they're
and
trying.
but they're trying. They're like, but the
Something's-
usage keeps going up, and
Yeah.
they're really mind boggled by it. So I said, look, you need to determine where the leak is if you've got one, if it's inside or outside.
Right.
And once you do that, then we can, probably take
Yeah,
action on it.
once we
Yeah.
have some data, just
Yeah.
everything's in line right now. And if it's been going on 3 years, that would make sense that it would be in line, but
Right, and that's
Okay.
that's the point I was trying to make, was that from their side, it has been going on, and they've been trying to do something about it.
Yeah.
They're just making you aware of it so that you're saying, look, this is something that came from 2023.
Right,
Or
right.
that transition. and
Okay, so
they've
we'll
been
hold on
battling
that.
it.
It would be useful to know what the May 2022 reading was.
Yeah, if we can
Yeah,
get-
no, that's a
get
good
from
point.
Sarah
Yeah,
to
I
kinda go
can
back
see if I can find that.
As
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
much data as we have going
Yeah.
back for history, that'd be helpful.
Okay.
Because if it's 42 in 22, then it's pretty much right on line, and then there's an anomaly in the
Yeah.
In that
the,
other one.
November.
Yeah. Okay, so that's, I think, all I have right now for abatements. So we'll get back to that. So next item is to schedule a meeting with Senator Comerford. And then, so I know she reached out, Una had reached out about setting up a time, and the question was, do we want it in person or Zoom? I would kind of leave that. It's always wonderful to see her in person, and a lot of times her and Natalie kind of team up and come at a time in the fall. And so if that worked out for them, we would love that the most. But if their schedule's crazy and they're everywhere and want to do a Zoom, and it's
Right.
just, so we leave it up to her.
Okay.
Because I think eventually would love a meeting, once we get the roads and infrastructure information, that we can have a meeting with DOT with like a separate kind of thing, and really that's the main thing I'd like to talk about, other than how do we get more sewer money out west? And I know she struggles and tries, I've no doubt of that, but just always want to put my 2 cents in when I can talk.
So what I would suggest is that at the end of your packet, I think is the correspondence, and you'll find the email, and just look at the range of dates, and see if, if there, is there a potential date for one of our select board meetings that you don't want her to come, or is it pretty open? Are you guys okay?
I would leave it up, Chair, I'd leave it up to you, you guys to
Okay.
decide, and her schedule. I don't think there's
Yeah.
any specific
Okay,
date
just wanted
for us.
just wanted to run it by.
Yeah.
If one of you was going to be gone and definitely wants to
Oh.
be here for it or something like
Yeah.
that, just run the dates by you first.
Yeah, I'm going to be gone in October from the 10th to the 24th.
Okay, so
Okay,
maybe
so
not
that's good to
those
know.
dates.
All right, so
Yeah,
it's it.
anything other than that?
Okay, no, that's great. I can relay that.
Yep.
If we can stay away from those.
Yeah,
those 2 weeks.
and would
Okay.
love to see her in person if she can, if not,
Okay,
whatever.
great.
Yeah.
All right, I'll follow up.
great.
There's a Google form. You can play in the Google form.
There is, yeah.
We have a request for proposal from the Massachusetts Interlocal Insurance Association for health insurance, exempt from Chapter 30B. And this is a huge thing we need to talk to the public about. So it's ugly.
Yeah.
You want to do it?
Sure, happy to at least kick it off. Yeah, so we already had a major increase this year in our health insurance costs. This is due to the new weight loss drugs. New Hampshire County Group Insurance Trust took the step of basically limiting coverage and saying we're not going to be covering these drugs for weight loss anymore. We'll continue to cover them for diabetes. And I believe that change was going to be effective October 1st. At a meeting last week with their kind of executive board and then also with all the member towns, they announced that they were going to have to, on top of that increase, put forth an additional 12 to 20% increase, just based on the number of claims that they received in the interim time for these drugs. So, every other town in that trust is in the same situation that we are, and in that, this is a major increase. And there's certainly some concern about, the solvency of the trust, and we have to acknowledge the reality of that. So the purpose of seeking a quote from Maya is not to say that we're going to get a better price for them. I mean, I think all of these insurers are getting hit by these drugs.
Yeah.
But they're solid, and we know they'll be there. So Sarah has started collecting the materials necessary to get a quote from Maya, and because, of course, they're hesitant to just go poach a town from another trust, they need a
Right.
letter from the select board stating, no, we are interested in a proposal from Maya.
I think it makes sense to have the proposal. I'm a little hesitant to jump ship because, that just starts a domino effect and can cause them to go insolvent as well. And,
Right.
and I want to stand behind them because they have been so good to us for so many years. And it's not really their fault where they're at, but, maybe they have a meeting coming up where they could have a roundtable with the towns and say, here's where we are, here's what we're thinking, and just nationally with, what's going on with the
Right.
federal government is just,
Yeah, I think this is a preparedness step, just in
Exactly.
case.
And I think
If
that
we
makes
have a
sense.
proposal from Maya, then in
Once we
worst
know
case
where we're
scenario, we can move to them relatively quickly.
yep, okay, I think that
Right.
makes sense.
And then it would be nice to have two insurers to choose from. So if they're similar quotes and they're both proposing the same rates, then that will inform our decision.
Yeah. Any comments, Blake?
No, I think I agree with what you're saying there. I just, the thing is that I think that if you're going to have that meeting with them, that you bring it up, the fact that you are looking for other insurance vendors because of the fact that the insurance has gone up as much as it has. And let them, discuss that with us as well to, find out where they're at and where they're coming up with this figure.
Yeah, well, just to, there was, I think in the correspondence, there was a letter from, where was it?
Yeah, I would just mention, so the town of West Hampton, I'm sure other
Yes.
towns have already sent
Right.
letters to their legislators, just making them aware of the issue,
Yep.
seeking some kind of relief. And I will say that I personally reached out to FERCog just to see if they could be helpful at all in kind of facilitating, given that, all of these towns are in the same boat.
Then you just heard a
Yep.
dial tone.
Yeah.
They don't want to be the ones either.
No, probably not. But I mean, it
Right.
would be nice to have sort of an organizing, coordinating organization because, again, all of us are in the same boat at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, just so the public understands, if anyone's watching this later on, as comparison, very similar town of West Hampton, similar to Deerfield in size and all. Maybe we're a little larger, but in FY23, they have health insurance for employees of around just under $400,000. By 2025, without any increase in the number of employees, they spent well over $500,000, more than a 25% increase for FY26, and they asked their voters for to approve another significant increase of insurance, slightly more than 30%. So they were up to $630,000. And then now we're going to get between 12 and 20%. So it's just and then also we've also been told like 2027 is another 8 to 10 or 8 to 12%, 8 to 15%. So it's getting unsustainable, and there's a lot more data in here. They did a nice job putting a letter together with some good facts. So love to support them as well in that, just our frustration. So, okay, so did you need a vote of the board for that?
I don't think we need a motion on it,
Just a-
but just
a consensus.
signature. Yeah.
Yeah, a signature. Okay, we can do that. And then there was a MVP request for the Selectboard letter to the Home Depot and Lowe's to request donation of leaf bags and help for September 28th Bloody Brook Resiliency Workshop. Anybody have any knowledge of that?
So, yeah, well, Greg or I can talk about this. MVP is organizing a community involvement workshop, and Lori Busato is a member of the Municipal Vulnerability Preparedness Core Group. That's a mouthful. Came up with, mentioned that other towns have had this benefit where they approach Lowe's and Home Depot for paper leaf bags to offer participants and to encourage their uses to keep leaf debris and other lawn debris out of the waterway as a way to keep the brook flowing properly and mitigate some of the water resiliency issues that result from filling in the brook.
Yeah.
So
That's a great idea.
she drafted this letter that we're proposing to send to both Home Depot and Lowe's.
So then I'll read that. So to whom it may concern, on September 28th, 2025, the Municipal Vulnerability Preparedness Program of the Town of Deerfield will be holding a flood resiliency workshop to educate residents and landowners. The committee is encouraging all residents to bring fall leaves to our transfer station instead of raking the leaves into the Bloody Brook. To help facilitate this behavior change, the Town of Deerfield would like to request a donation of 100 paper leaf bags that will be distributed to workshop attendees and neighbors whose property abuts the Bloody Brook. Many of the residents along Bloody Brook are elderly, so the Town of Deerfield is hoping some high school students will assist with leaf raking along the brook. We also request, if possible, volunteers from Home Depot to help with raking and transporting the leaf bags to the transfer station approximately 4 miles away. Thank you for consideration of our request and helping us educate our community in responsible maintenance and stewardship of our brooks. So I think the same letter going out to both Lowe's and Home Depot, and anybody else who would like to help donate. So make a motion to approve those letters.
Second.
Select Board sign. Thank you. Any further discussion? All those.
Yeah, are we going to have the highway department involved in this to maybe transport some of these things? Whereas again, like you said, elderly people and other people that are involved, and if we don't have enough vehicles to get that stuff out of there, there's a chance we could work with the highway department to see if we could get them to help out.
Well, that's a Sunday too, so we'd have to have the transfer station at least open at a certain time frame. So I guess we'd probably have to talk to Matthew about that, and see if that's.
I'm not sure too. I think the workshop is a part of it to educate them. So maybe the raking and leaves,
Is on a different
might
day.
continue on as well. It might be
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Maybe the bagging and the transport happens on another day. We can
Right.
clarify that.
Yeah,
though.
maybe.
Right,
they
we're
put that-
hoping to actually that the workshop and the bag handout will occur before a lot of the leaves fall, so that
Got you.
when the leaves fall, either the volunteer high school students
Mm-hmm.
and or whatever solution we come up with creatively for helping
Could do it
seniors,
open.
and then we work with the DPW to arrange pickup, and so they don't have to open.
I see what you're
on
saying.
any particular day.
That makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay, thank you. All right,
Sounds good.
sounds good.
This is where you say, I remember I used to get paid 25 cents an hour to babysit, and I didn't get any money for raking leaves.
Yeah.
But times have changed.
Yep. So did we vote on that? I can't remember. Did we?
I think we did.
Yeah, okay, great. So then, let's see, we have board and committee applications. So we have an appointment for Caden Latomsky, wastewater treatment operator in training. So I did talk with Eric Meals, the head of the wastewater chief, and he was really excited. We didn't have, I think he was our only applicant, but he has already taken some classes and I think works in Hatfield now, but is looking to move to Deerfield and work in our department. So we're excited to have him. I would zoom back here a second. So I would make a motion to approve the hiring of Caden Latomsky as the wastewater treatment operator in training. Do we have a
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Bill Gilmore, aye.
Tim Hilchey, aye.
Trevor McDaniel, aye. And thank you again, Eric, for recruiting. He does a good job recruiting for his guys down there. And also excited for this appointment, Rocky Foley to the Deerfield Historical Commission. So really excited. He wants to step up and help in that role for the town. So
Happy to second that.
thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Bill Gilmore, aye.
Tim Hilchey, aye.
Trevor McDaniel, aye. And then we have a resignation of Dan Nietzsche from the ZBA as a full member, and a motion to approve Tia Christensen, move her up from alternate to a full member on the ZBA.
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Want to just thank Dan for his time and appreciate Tia stepping up as a full member. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Blake Gilmore, aye.
Tim Hilchey, aye.
Trevor McDaniel, aye. Then we have some correspondence. Let's see. We had, well, that was the zoning stuff. That was it. So we already captured all that stuff. Do you guys have any updates or anything you want to hit on?
Just real quick, just mention that we met with DPC this morning to
Yes.
go over a few different sewer and stormwater projects we have going on. That includes the ongoing asset management plans for both stormwater and sewer, the work up at Old Deerfield wastewater treatment plant, and the industrial park study, as well as just a possible review of our sewer bylaws. So we're still waiting for a proposal from DPC on that last one, but just wanted to mention that we met with them this morning to discuss those items.
And we also, they applied this week, because applications are due Friday for the second phase of the asset management plans grants, just to see if we get them.
Right.
And we do want to also advocate to Natalie and Joe about, that really put her name in, and, we need some money from SRF in the western part of the state. It's been helpful to our towns, all of our small towns, to at least get some of that money.
Right, exactly. And then just another item I wanted to mention, we did have a meeting last week, myself, Greg, Alex, and Bob and Amy from our building department. With Treehouse, they have time bond engineering second egress point,
Right.
so that'll help them comply with the requirements for larger concerts on site. So good meeting, and good to see they're moving forward with that, and happy to see it make some progress.
Great news.
And I don't know, Greg, do you have anything to report on?
I'll just chime in about, we had Autel come to look at our charging stations in the Leary lot, and, want to say thanks to Tim for being the guinea pig and bringing his car over and allowing them to do some troubleshooting. They did a firmware upgrade, so anyone that might be watching, if they're interested in charging their car, it should connect better, and that was our experience, so that's good news for the lot. And then I just want to also just acknowledge Andrew Smith, our MVP regional coordinator, for being a big help with we've got some complicated grant closeouts at the end of this year because there was overlapping grants and multiple funding sources, and he just really helped out a lot and made sure that Deerfield gets the reimbursements that it's due. So
That's great.
just big help. So thank you, Andrew.
Thank you. The last kind of items that were in the sign sheet was the resolution. Do I sign that, or is that you sign? The resolution for the USDA grant?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
I didn't know if it, and then there was another, I guess, the notice to proceed.
You should definitely sign the notice to proceed.
Okay.
And I will take a look at the resolution, and maybe we can chat
Okay.
on.
Maybe I'll just, after
signature.
the meeting,
Yeah.
I'll get with you and figure out where to sign on that, and then we can double check on that. Let's see, other than that, we've hit on the agenda stuff. Motions were good. Yeah, I think we're good. Do you have anything, Blake, you want to hit on? Are you good?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Anything for anybody else? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Get out of here in just about an hour. Very good. All those in favor?
Blake Gilmore, aye.
Tim Elchie, aye.
Trevor McDaniel, aye. Thank you all very much.